let's look at how to add background image and background color. Whatever content your screen is containing, you press on the default template just below the drawing area and say OK. So it will give you the default new text. Delete it. After that, you will go to the icons just below the projects, the templates. You will find two squares on each other. Press on it. It will give you access to the image icon. So if you want to insert an image as your background, you tap on it. It will give you default images from the template. So you scroll through and select any of these images. So I will select this background, then I will accept it. You can also insert an image from your gallery by selecting from gallery icon. I will select the image I want to use. And before you accept it into the drawing area, you can do some cropping here by holding the edges of the background, and if you are okay, you just accept. You can also use the ratios below the background. We have the 1:1 ratio, which will make it a perfect square. Then we have the 16:9. These are all screens that you can use to fit your background. So I want to use the perfect square, so I tap on the 1:1 and I will accept it. So I will adjust it to occupy my screen. You understand? So this is how you add background image. We can also add colors as our background. So let's delete the background image. We select color. So you scroll and pick your color, and then you accept it. You can also add a background with two or more colors. That is why we refer to as gradient. So tap on the gradient option. It will give you a predefined gradient. So when I tap, it will continue changing. And if you think you don't like these gradients, you can create your own colors by tapping on the plus button on the right hand side. When you tap on the plus button on top, tells you the kind of gradients you can find, the type of gradients. So the first one will give you, the first box will give you a vertical gradient. So you continue to tap to change. This one gives you a horizontal. It puts the gradient on a horizontal form. The colors run horizontally. Then this gives you a diagonal gradient. Then you have the central gradient in a circle form. The color goes in a circle form. So these are the options you can have. Now, looking at the down part, you will find a horizontal space containing the two colors. On your left hand side is a square containing the yellowish color, and then the other side contains the reddish color. If you want to increase the yellowish part, you press on the right angle and hold it, drag it towards your right hand side. You'll see that the color push into the other one. Have you seen that? Good. Then if you think it is too much, or if you like it this way, you accept it. You can push it backwards. That's okay. So this one on your right hand side can also be pushed to your left hand side to go into the yellowish part and effect it the way you want. So that's just how it works. Now we can add more colors. These are just 2 colors. So what if you want to add another color? You press the plus button to add another color but icon. So when you press the plus button, it will create another color icon on in between the 2. So you press on it and then press on the color icon and then select the color you want. So let me select green color. I'll make it dark green. So I'll come to the middle color and press on the dark part. Then I'll say okay. Good. So this is how it works. So you can adjust it to the way you want. And going back to the top part where we were looking at the type of gradients, when you press, you see that you have a vertical gradient, you have a horizontal gradient, in that order. So that's just how it works. So you press OK to accept it, then you say OK, and this is how our gradient color works. The next part, you have the transparency. Assume you don't want your background to have a color after converting it to a picture. You tap on the transparent button. So when you tap, and whatever you design here and you convert it, it will not have a background color. That's the use of the transparent. Then image size is just to size your drawing area based on the type of paper you want.